Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest on next to me. So before that, I just want to introduce the book he published. It's like the ultimate guide to inside sales. You know, as a being a marketer, I was a little typical about little doubt, and I'm not comfortable in sales concepts and all those things. When I went through the book, it was literally very simple and lucid way. Even I can say even elementary school, eighth class, fifth class guy can understand all the sales concepts. So let's start with Raj. Hey Raj, welcome to Pravir's show. Maybe
Yeah,
let's
hi
start.
Ravi.
Yeah, thank you. Let's start getting to know you about a bit better, and can you tell about our audience little more about yourself and your background in the world of sales and business?
Yeah, hey, hi Ravi. Hi audience. Ravi, thank you for featuring me on your channel. Yeah, about myself, I am a seasoned professional with a strong background in sales, with over a decade of experience. And about my background, I came from a small village in Nizamabad, and I did my all education up to 12 over there, and then I came here to Hyderabad for my graduation and post graduation. And after my post graduation, I started my professional career in a startup company, which is a lead generation company. I worked there for a couple of years, and then I moved to product based company, which is Care, where I'm working now. Here I am leading a bunch of sales professional in inside sales. So that is quick background about me and about myself.
That's really incredible, Raj. Maybe your book, The Ultimate Guide to Inside Sales, sound like comprehensive resource for those specifically sales professionals. What inspired you to write this book, and what readers will gain from it.
Yeah, yeah, there are multiple things, Ravi, which inspired me to write this book. See, like me in my family, my cousins are also working in sales.
Okay.
But they are outside sales, not in inside sales. Whenever we meet, during our family event, they always used to ask me questions like, what is inside sales, what kind of rules you do as part of your job, and how company, how your company will be benefited from your role. So those are the questions, always used to came up, though I used to answer them on the spot. That is one thing, and the other thing, as part of uh, my role here in my present company, did get a chance to interview people who did their graduation and post graduation, but still whenever there's a discussion, they always used to choose marketing instead of inside sales. So they are thinking like sales is like only people will have to go out and they need to travel more, and they need to meet people in person. So there is a conception, a misconception over there in most of the people, like these two are the things like inspired me to write this book. In this book I have added multiple things about what is inside sales, what kind of activities on a daily basis you will have. So I put together all those information, and then I wrote this book. uh, yeah, so these are the two things, Ravi.
So you are trying to competing marketing people, I can say, and also it's interesting, good to know the reason behind publishing this book, Raj. So
Yeah.
what you say is, users are generated your content, so you solved this book by answering those questions. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so inside sales has become increasingly important in the modern business landscape. I can say, what are some of the key differences and advantages of inside sales compared to like traditional outsides, a typical sales process, and how does your book addresses in these specific areas, aspects, and all those things.
Yeah, so as both inside sales and outside sales have distinct differences and advantages. Whereas in inside sales, you will have to use your social media channels. Like, if you are working in a firm, they used to have their own social media channels, like email or LinkedIn, or the other all the
Mhm.
channels. And then with that, you will have to start interacting with your potential customers. Whereas in outside sales, you will have to go to the customer in person, and you'll have to pitch about your product or service. So outside sales involves a lot of traveling, and a lot of time taking, and then there is also a bit of expensive when compared to inside sales, outside sales. So I wrote a a good story about which elaborate what is inside sales, what is outside sales, what are the advantages, what are the benefits of both inside sales and outside sales in a short story format. I'm sure people will get to know easily understand the differences and advantages of inside sales and outside sales from this book.
Yeah, that's for sure, Raj. I could sense it. Why? Because I mean, I have seen many marketing books who are into like they focus only on cartoonists and visual
Mhm.
illustrations kind of thing. But it's in fact first time I could see in your book there are many lot of illustrations and very visual representation, and also in fact I always hear sales is just numbers, but you proved wrong in your book. I can
Yeah.
say like there are many lot of learnings here. No, can you share some of key strategies or techniques that you discussed in the book that help inside sales professionals success for their roles and their career paths?
Yeah, so this is very interesting question, because this book, the title of this book itself, give you an idea of
Right.
ultimate guide to inside sales. So in this book, I offered toolkit of essential strategies and techniques that can inside salesperson use in his day-to-day activities, which include practical communication skills and technology. What technology will help more to do their work more in a more productive way. And there are different CRMs that you can use based on your requirement. And also how to generate leads. What kind of activities that you do as part of your marketing, which can help you to attract your potential customers. So all those things are there in this book. So it is as I said, right, title itself is telling you that guide to inside sales. So it means it will help all the people who bought this book to know more about how to do their work in a more productive way, and how to identify and then generate leads, and then handle objection. All those information were there in this book, Ravi.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, Raj, whenever I heard the word sales,
Mm-hmm.
people always think that no, it's a high pressure job field kind of thing. Like, people don't take risks, taking risks kind of thing. These roles usually,
Yeah.
what advice you offer in your book for management? For managing the stress and always being, keep motivating, staying motivating, and maintaining positive mindset in the world of inside sales. In your
Yeah.
words,
Yeah, I heard a lot about this pressure in
yeah, yeah,
sales.
yeah.
Like,
It's like everywhere usually.
yeah, yeah. But to be honest, Ravi, pressure is there in every field. Irrespective of whether you are sales in, only sales will have pressure. It's not like that. Every job will have own pressure. Every job will have their own targets. Every job will have their own day-to-day activities they need to complete.
True.
So, but people always, why people always talk pressure in sales is like sales is a number game.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's
you
true.
have a discussion with your directors or managers, then there you need to talk about the numbers.
They
So
start with the numbers itself. True.
yeah, so because of that, people felt that, okay, oh yeah, sales is very pressure job. You'll feel be high pressured and all those things. But see, I told you that I have a decade of experience, but I never felt those kind of pressure in any time of my professional career. So the second thing is like the piece of advice what I would like to give, if people feel pressure in sales, is like the only advice is time management. So you will
True.
have to prioritize your activities. Whatever the activities that you have, first you need to prioritize high priority, medium priority, low priority, and what are your goals, like daily goals, monthly goals, weekly goals. And based on that, you will have to allocate time for each of the activity. And then try to focus more on high priority activities, and then medium priority, and then low priority activities. So those things will help you feel okay. So now I finished this job, this task for today, and there are the other tasks, which those tasks should be move towards your goal for the month. So when you have this systematic time management, then I'm sure not just in sales, in every job, when you prioritize your task, your daily activities, monthly activities, then you can, it will be then it will be free for you. You will never feel pressure in any kind of job, irrespective of
Yeah,
sales. Yeah,
usually salespeople, what networking and building rapport, building relationship are like mostly vital in sales. Can you share
yeah.
some insights on how your book guides your book readers will, creating any nurturing valuable connections within the industry or so? Did you cover these kind of aspects in your book?
Yeah, Ravi. Yes, they are vital in sales, like networking and building relationships. Honestly, I did not talk much about networking, but there is a story, which will talk about, how to build relationships, and how those relationships will help you in, nurturing your leads, and then closing, even after post closing also, like, when you have that, a relationship with your potential customers, then it will be easy for you to cross sell them. And then they'll come if you are a business, and if you introduce new products, they'll definitely come and purchase from you when you have that strong relationship. So there is a story which talks about how this building relationships will help you to increase your sales, and honestly, networking part I didn't cover. I somehow I missed talking about that point. But building relationships and everything, there is a story, and there is a content how to do and how to improve your sales process by building relationships. I covered that part.
It's proves you are a true sales guy, even though you didn't
Yeah.
answer. Even though you didn't cover in your book, you covered my answer. Okay.
Yeah, Ravi, yeah. Because those are the things that we need to, I
Yes,
told you,
true.
right, I'm in a sales professional for over a decade, right? So I know the importance of networking. But since this is the book about inside sales, right, I try to cover most things which can help inside sales professionals as well as entrepreneurs, who want to build their team, or who want to increase their sales. So those kind of thoughts were in my mind ran, and then I wrote a
Mhm.
content based on this. Yeah, that's it. But
Okay.
thank you. This is a very interesting question, but somehow I missed adding that part, importance of networking.
Yeah,
Thank you.
probably in your second edition or another edition, we can include this chapter too.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
Into
sure.
the
I'll definitely cover this part. Networking is a huge
yeah,
one,
true.
so we can talk
Like
a lot. Yeah,
usually every strategies in even if you take any industries, it evolves every time. Even in similarly, sales strategies evolve over time. How do you
yeah,
keep your book up to date with the latest trends and changes in sales landscape to ensure remains relevant resource for readers?
yeah. I completely agree with you, Ravi. Sales strategies will evolve.
Always change, true.
Yeah, so I completely agree with that. But the only thing what comes to my mind, whenever people talk about technology is evolving in sales in everywhere. But particularly in sales, people buy from people. People cannot buy from robots or any, right? So of course these technologies and strategies will help companies or persons to how to interact with people um, in an easy way.
Yeah.
Like it will act as a bridge between you and your potential customer. But at the end, the people who are in sales will definitely have to have in their mind that people buy from people, and then you will have to use all these strategies and technologies to how to connect with your potential customers in an easy way, and how to continue your relationship with your potential customers strongly. So those will help you. So yeah, I covered this part as well. Like there, so there is a story for every chapter. Like there are 10 chapters are there. For every chapter, I started with a story so that people can easily grasp what is it. Like if there is a lead a generation part, I started with a story, like how other companies. Uh, Started the lead generation journey. So there is a story, and then I covered all the other aspects of what are involved in lead generation, what you have to do as part of your business. So those things were there in
Okay.
this book.
I found few testimonials of your classes feedbacks on, I think, YouTube channel
Yeah.
that triggered me out. Who is this author? And I found that you are I mean, who is this person? Then I found he's also author of one sales book. Like I found, oh, I should interview this guy. So can you recount specific success stories, transformation from the readers who implemented, your suggestion strategies in their career or business or in even their profession,
Yeah.
personal
Yeah,
profession?
again, again, this is also like an interesting one. But Ravi, the only thing is, I recently published this book, and I got very good feedbacks from sales leaders, like who are having almost 15 years of experience. They found this book, and then they told me, like you put together all the things in an easy way, and then it's easy to access for anyone. Like you mentioned, like
Yeah.
you talked about my book, right? In the starting, like even my feedbacks are also same like that. Whoever bought my book, they told me that Raj, this is really a good book, and you covered all the information about it. And then I also got feedbacks from entrepreneurs who started their their business, and then they want to establish a sales team, and they also from them also I got some good feedback. So they as I told you, right, I recently published it, and people are started implementing in their respective businesses. But I'm yet to hear feedback from them. And the other part, about the YouTube, you mentioned, right, testimonials, like that is as part of networking event, I met group of people, and then
Okay.
I told them about this book, and then they asked me, like why don't you help me for this business? And then we did
Okay.
have a conversation every day, 1 hour. So then after I did completed my first round, and then those are the feedbacks from that batch.
Oh, that's interesting. What is the most significant lesson or chapter, a piece of advice, you have learned from your own experience in sales, that you believe all aspiring sales professionals should know? Maybe
Yeah.
sales again from Raj.
Again, sales gnan from Raj. Thank you, Ravi. You are using all the new and effective
Books.
words for me. So those are really inspirational for me. Yeah. So comes to the question, like the lessons I learned over the years in sales is, like first and the most important thing is, like what we learn in college is different from what we do in real time in a company, or
Yeah.
right.
Why don't
So
implement all those Pythagoras language, Nicholas Copernicus rules? In fact, Newton's third law, second law, and all those things.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, even part of when I did my MBA from Osmania University, though
Okay.
I did from prestigious college, but when I started my career in startup company, I was like, what are these words? Like I did read all the different things, and then here people are using different words.
Yeah, even I could
So
relate to same. Like even I did my engineering graduation, computer science. Then when I started my career in marketing, like I could relate the situation
yeah.
what you're narrating.
Yeah. Yeah, even most of the people also felt the same thing. Even I did get a chance to speak with my managers and the and other people in my networking. So they also told me the same thing. Like they came from different colleges, and they also said, okay, so it's not me alone. There are it's for everyone. So so this book is a kickstart for all the sales professional who want to all the graduates or postgraduates who want to start their career in sales. So this book will help them how it will be in real life. Though you are learning a lot of things in your college as an academics, but this book will help them to know more about how it will be in real life. So if you want to start your career in sales as an inside sales or an outside sales, how it will be and what are the words they will use and how to what are the step by step processes that you need to adapt to increase
Mhm.
your productivity. So those all things were there in this book.
Okay. How long it took to publish this book, Ras? I am more curious. You compiled a lot together in one book. I can say like it's in my hand where you narrated everything in a, like very
Yeah.
short form kind of thing. It's not even one question bank kind of thing. Not even like just test papers kind of thing. It looks like, but you compiled to lot content here that I could sense.
Yeah, so I told you, right? There are multiple things that which inspired me, right? So I always, had a discussion like, differences and what is your role as an inside sales and so those were there on my mind, but I never felt of thought of writing a book about it. But I don't know, somehow I met a friend, and then during our conversation, like he told me like why don't you put together all this on a piece of paper? So that then I started writing it, and every a day I used to woke up early in the morning, and then I used to write a chapter, chapter by chapter, like 10 chapters were there, and for each chapter it took me like every week I felt okay, I'll try to cover one chapter, because it will need some thinking. It's not that okay, there is some information, I'll go and copy and paste it, right? So
Yeah.
so those mornings were really nice, like it
So,
10 chapters, 1 week for each
oh,
chapter.
so you usually prefer Brahma Muhurtam, early morning times for writing all this.
Yeah. Yeah, those like some people used to bully me with that Brahma Muhurta in my
Oh,
office also.
that's interesting.
Yeah, so for writing a content, it took me like 2 months or 2.5 months, 3 months. But this is not that was there on my mind from long. But to put together everything at one place, it took me 2 months, 2.5 months, and then this
Mhm.
publishing and everything. I took help of my colleague. Of course, he's here only on this call, and then it took. In short, like 4 to 5 months for me to have the hard copy in my hand.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I'm sure you won't stop publishing this book itself. I'm sure. Are there any upcoming projects or future works related to sales or business? Any other find you would like to share to our readers, maybe, so that they stay update about your latest projects or books.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. There are a couple of projects on my mind. I would like to start them. So one is like Hyderabad Atlas, which is inspired by a small business owner. She used to be near my office, and I did get a chance to interact with her. Then I came to know about her background. But that inspired me a lot. Though she has all her personal ideals, but whenever we go to her, she always used to smile and then do a business. But when I came to know her background, like in total I was shocked, like irrespective of her personal hurdles, she's doing a job, or she's doing a business in a more pleasure or enthusiastic way. Whenever she ran a business, and then people So forget about the people. When I go and see her face, it's like okay. So she's like smiling, and then most of the there are three stores so there, but I
Okay.
always see more people at her business unit only. So and then the other one is like
So
again,
you
this
are
is my
saying
personal.
because of her smiling face and all those things, so she is a crowd puller kind of thing. You mean to say? That's interesting.
Yes.
Even your inspiring stories pulling sales hooks kind of thing. Raj.
Yeah. Yeah, so the only thing is like when you are doing a business or when you are doing a job, when you are on that field, you have to be like more professional. Forget about all your personal things. So that that is a hook for me to write this book. So she is the inspiration for me. And the other book is like as I told you in the beginning, right? I started my career in startup, right? So I do wanted to start write a book about which is the best place to start your professional career. Either it may be like startup is a good place or MNC is a good place. So I do wanted to do podcast kind of thing, where I thought of interviewing some of the professionals who have 3 years or 5 years in different companies. Some of them are startups, some of them are from MNCs. They started their career, or some people worked in both. So I am planning to do that interview first, and then I wanted to put together all those information on a book, and then I'm going to publish that book.
That's interesting. One
Yeah.
person who has with like a lot of bunch of ideas in your to-do list kind of thing. I am sure you will make in coming months or years. I am eagerly waiting the book you mentioned, Hyderabad Hustlers. I can't
Oh,
wait to read.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I would definitely try to finish it as early as possible. But these are the things that were two things that were there in my mind.
okay. Finally, where can readers find your book, The Ultimate Guide to Inside Sales, and connect with you online to stay updated about your insight and expertise in the field of sales or your
Yeah.
sales game?
Yeah, sales can again. Yeah, so people can connect with me, and they can follow me on my LinkedIn, where I'm sharing different type of content. I did get a chance to meet with different people from different business background. I also read a lot of books in sales, and then I'm putting together all the interesting points from that book on my LinkedIn post. So you can connect with me on my LinkedIn. There you can find all the information about the sales and how the sales can help, or how people are doing their business in a more effective way. So that is one place. And comes to this book, I listed it in a mini store. If anyone is interested in buying this book, I'll share the book. I'll link in the comment. And I'm also planning to add it in Amazon. So as of now, I have not added, but once I'll try to add before our interview will go publish on
So even
YouTube. I'm
before,
trying,
yeah,
or else like
Priya
I'll.
Amazon. Okay, Priya Amazon itself, I could hear a lot of noise about your inside sales book. So I'm sure the wide reach and audience itself it goes with that.
Yeah, yeah, there's a one short thing about this book is um, like this book is for everyone, Ravi. This has information. This is not just for inside sales people. Some people feel like this is the ultimate guide to inside sales, right? But this is not just for inside sales executive. This is for everyone. If you are a business owner and looking to improve your sales, or looking to build your team, so this book will help you. Or if you are a graduate or postgraduate, don't know what to choose as a next step, just go through this book. This book will give some information. Or if you are a housewife, and doing all the homemade things, and wants to sell them, there is a story about my aunt. She's like she used to do all the handmade jewelry kind of thing, and she don't know how to sell them online, because she is a housewife and she cannot
Mm.
go out and sell those products because she has kids and she'll have to take care of those kids. So when I introduced when I talked about all this inside sale, then she started using her social media channels, and then she is doing her business in a more productive way by using her social media channels. So this book is for them who wants to do the sales from their home on where they are specialized. So in this way, there are a lot of information for a lot of people, and then they can gain more insights from this book. So this book is for everyone,
Yeah, by
not just
hearing
for
all those
sales.
things, this is not sales book. I can say this is kind of inspiring motivational book. I can say for who are aspiring salespeople. I can say, yeah, definitely it's worth of reading. Definitely
Yeah,
worth it.
yeah, Ravi.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining with me on my episodes of Ravi Reads interview series. Raj,
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you. Thank you, Ravi. Taking your time to interview with me, and then talk about my book. So thank you so much.
dear aspiring authors, if you want to share with your journey, maybe you can connect with me so that I am waiting for your interview journey. Thank you, Raj.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you.
Ravi. Bye.